available in the federal courts, but every case is different, and every case is treated on the basis of the facts presented, and in every case, intelligence gathering is the priority, and that's what I've experienced.
I made a trip down to Guantanamo with Senator Ayotte, and we spoke to the people there, continue to interrogate over a very long period of time the detainees down there. The very strong opinion of those individuals doing those interrogations say that the most effective interrogation occurs over years, where you gain their confidence, and it's slowly and surely you obtain the little threads of information, the types of threads that I think eventually led to the killing of Osama bin Laden. Do you disagree with that? I mean, to me, I think it's absurd that we think we can actually gather the types of intelligence that is possibly there in a week on a ship or a couple days before we Mirandize somebody. Do you disagree with that?
I mean, as a general proposition, I think it's clear that the longer opportunity we have to gather intelligence to interrogate someone, the better.
So don't you believe we really ought to be using that absolute first-class facility down in Guantanamo to detain these individuals so we can gather the type of intelligence we need?
I mean, in every case, there are going to be other considerations that are going to come into play, and that's in fact.
And any higher consideration than gathering the intelligence we need to keep the homeland safe?
There are going to be other considerations, and that was indeed what was in play with Abu Anas al-Libi. So again, no, the number one goal is to gather intelligence, and that's what I've seen in these cases.
Okay, well, I wish that were the top priority. It doesn't seem to be so. Secretary Beers, on May 23rd, 2012, we held a hearing in this committee on the very unfortunate events in Cartagena. We were pretty well led to believe by the then director of the Secret Service that that was a one-time occurrence. I really wanted to believe that. I think it's incredibly important that the Secret Service has total credibility, and that their important mission of securing high government officials and national security information is paramount. In my capacity as ranking member on a committee that had oversight of that, we continued to dig into exactly what happened in Cartagena, hoping it was a one-time occurrence. It does not appear that it was. We have, through whistleblower accounts, found out that similar instances occurred in 17 countries around the world. And again, that's just a limited snapshot. We've had very limited access to individuals that might know better. Just the other day, 2 Secret Service individuals were disciplined for sexual misconduct in a hotel here in Washington. One of those men, Ignacio Zamora, we have come to find out actually was involved in the Cartagena incident and interviewed Secret Service personnel. The question I have for you is, we've been waiting for a cultural report from the Inspector General's office now for 18 months. Do you know when that cultural report will be released?
Sir, I don't have a specific date. I know that it is near completion, and we are expecting it shortly, but I can't give you. Do you
think 18 months is kind of an inordinate amount of time to take to determine something that I think is so critically important to find out whether there is a real cultural problem in the Secret Service?
Obviously, we would prefer to have the report sooner rather than later, sir.
Can I get your commitment to check into that and get that report completed and released as soon as possible?
Yes, you have it.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Dr. Coburn, please.
I just had one other thought as we went through the Boston Marathon bombing and we look at the Sarnevs.